Excellency Olivier Dungirel, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Regional Cooperation and East African Community Affairs, Excellency Sam Kutesa, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uganda, Her Excellency Gilbert Kankonde Malamba, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Interior, Security and Customary Affairs of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Your Excellencies, Ministers from Rwanda and Uganda, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, distinguished service chiefs, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me at the outset to thank the Republic of Rwanda for the warm hospitality extended to me and my delegation since our arrival in Kigali, and facilities put at our disposal for this meeting. It is a great honor to witness the progress made so far by both countries on the implementation of the Rwanda Memorandum of Understanding, showing the political willingness to further improve their bilateral relations. Since our last meeting, concrete steps have been taken, such as the release of some prisoners and the pledge to work together on a list of prisoners that will be exchanged by both countries, the normalization of the activities and mobility of people and goods in the common border, as well as other measures and gestures aimed at reassuring both sides on the seriousness of this exercise. This meeting is taking place after another successful Head of State Quadripartite Summit in Rwanda, where the leaders of Rwanda and Uganda showed to the world that nothing is more important than the well-being of their respective citizens by accepting to host the next summit in the Gatuna-Katuna common border. The Republic of Angola commends the presidents of Rwanda and Uganda for their leadership in the process, which is enabling to restore the mutual trust. We believe that we are in the right path to reach our common goal towards peace, stability, good neighborliness, and economic integration. I would like, therefore, to reiterate here and now our commitment to the Memorandum of Understanding of Rwanda and our availability to assist as the facilitators of the process when needed. We wish fruitful discussions and deliberations for this meeting. I thank you for your kind attention.
Leurs Excellences, honorables, délégués de l'Ouganda, du Rwanda, chers ministres des Affaires étrangères angolais, co-facilitateurs avec nous de cette rencontre. Bonjour et salutations de Kinshasa. Je me fais l'honneur de remercier d'abord nos frères et sœurs du Rwanda pour leur accueil toujours empreint de chaleur fraternelle et qui nous fait sentir que nous sommes à chaque fois à la maison. Je crois que les objectifs de notre rencontre ont déjà été clairement définis par les ministres manuels et nous nous inscrivons dans cette voie-là. En relevant que vous avez fait preuve de beaucoup d'esprit positif pour la recherche de la paix. Généralement, on intervient quand les choses sont déjà gâtées, quand il y a déjà des dégâts, quand on s'est déjà affronté. Mais vous avez eu la sagesse d'alerter et de dire que les choses allaient mal. Ce qui nous a évité justement de venir intervenir quand c'est déjà trop tard. Et nous avons beaucoup parlé. Notre dernière rencontre était encore très positive dans la mesure où réellement nous avions étalé nos linges sales et j'espère que cela nous a permis de les laver effectivement. En suivant les consignes nous données par nos chefs d'État qui venaient de se réunir à Rwanda, nous pensons qu'aujourd'hui, nous allons faire les pas dans la bonne direction en abordant effectivement des choses précises et concrètes. Et tout à l'heure, je me réjouissais de constater que nous nous réunissons le 14 février, une date qui est communément à travers le monde commémorée comme étant une date des amoureux. Et quand nous échangions tout à l'heure dans les halls, eh bien, on s'est dit, nous sommes ensemble. Et nos peuples ne demandent pas mieux que d'être ensemble. Déjà, la symbolique de la rencontre projetée par nos chefs d'État nous montre que nous sommes le même peuple, de part et d'autre, que ce soit Gatuna, que ce soit Katuna. Eux n'ont pas de problème. Ils ont d'autres soucis que nous puissions leur permettre de vivre en paix, de se fréquenter, d'échanger sur le plan commercial et autres pour leur bien-être que nous recherchons en tant que gouvernants. Et c'est sur ce que je nous souhaite de fructueux travaux en espérant que bientôt les frontières seront ouvertes, les activités vont reprendre pour le développement de notre région et bien sûr cette cohabitation fraternelle et pacifique. Merci et bons travaux encore une fois.
The Honorable Ngungirehi, leader of the Rwanda delegation and our host, Honorable Ministers from Rwanda, colleagues, ministers from Uganda, Your Excellency Honorable Gilbert Kankonde Malamba, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Interior, Security and Customer Affairs for the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Honorable Emmanuel Domingos Augusto, Minister of External Relations of Angola, heads of security agencies, Your Excellency Ambassadors and High Commissioners, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I want to thank the government of Rwanda for inviting me and my delegation and for the facilities placed at our disposal for this meeting. I wish to reiterate the appreciation of the government of Uganda to their excellencies, the presidents of Angola and the Democratic Republic of Congo and their representatives here for their efforts in assisting normalized relations between our two brotherly countries, Uganda and Rwanda. My delegation looks forward to fruitful deliberations today and working with the Rwanda delegation on practical steps to normalize our relations for the benefit of our two peoples and the region as a whole. Our discussions today should be anchored on the two previous discussions of the Ad hoc Commission in Kigali and Kampala. Uganda remains positive and with the expectation that discussions here today will lead to concrete results. Uganda's commitment to implementation of the Rwanda Memorandum of Understanding of the 21st of August 2019 and the Rwanda communique of 2nd February 2020, has remained firm as before. Our approach and outlook in implementation is comprehensive because we consider all elements of these undertakings equally important. On our part, since the Rwanda process began last year, we have consistently demonstrated our best intentions by the practical steps which we have taken and the proposals we have made to implement what has been agreed. These steps, however, have not been always reciprocated. On the list of Rwandans allegedly detained in Uganda, I wish to recall that at our first meeting here in Kigali, Rwanda undertook to provide the list for verification, but regrettably that was never done. Nevertheless, we carried on and we have information on the names and persons allegedly detained on the basis of each diplomatic note received from Rwanda. In line with the Rwanda MOU, and in the context of normalization of relations between the two countries, as a gesture of goodwill, Uganda withdrew charges against 9 Rwandans that were undergoing prosecution for various offenses, including, among others, unlawful possession of firearms and ammunition. On the 8th of January 2020, the 9 individuals were handed over to immigration authorities in the presence of the Rwandan High Commissioner to Uganda for repatriation back to Rwanda. I urge Rwanda to demonstrate the same spirit and raise the concerns regarding the over 50 Ugandans detainees in Rwanda. The list of Ugandans known to be in detention have been provided to Rwanda government. On the issue of deportations, I wish to reiterate that deportations from Uganda are done in compliance with the law. At our last meeting, I dispelled the myth that the Rwandans are just dumped at the border. But because elaborated the process from the time of deportation, request is made, signed, and deportees handed over. I also expressed our readiness to share the evidence to confirm the deportees that had been duly received by Rwandan officials. On unsubstantiated allegations of acts of destabilization, we have been repeatedly made by Rwanda. Uganda has made a concrete proposal of joint verification to address what we consider serious allegations. Joint verifications helps establish facts, build trust and confidence on both sides. I wish to underscore that the absence of joint mechanism to verify allegations renders falsehoods to persist and makes follow-up implementation difficult. On the extradition treaty, Uganda made proposals on an ratified extradition treaty of 2005 between our countries. We received counter proposals from Rwanda and have responded accordingly. We propose that 2 attorney generals meet with a view to generating consensus on the issues pending the signature of the same at an agreed date. In the media, Uganda knows too well the role the media has to play in creating conducive environment for relations between our two countries. Uganda, to this day, has restrained its officials and media from propagating hostile stories against Rwanda. Regrettably, the media in Rwanda has been relentless in hostile campaign against our country, our government, and its leadership. On the issue of free movement and persons and goods and services, I wish to restate that consistent with the Rwanda MOU and regional and other international frameworks, Uganda's border has remained open to people, goods, and services. However, since the 28th of February 2019, Rwanda's border remains closed and the trade embargo against Uganda remains in place to this date. On protecting and respecting the human rights of Rwandans, for Uganda, this has never been an issue. The human rights of Rwandans are protected like those of any other people in Uganda. The facts speak for themselves. The facts that Rwandans continue to travel to Uganda daily by air, as before, belies the narrative that Rwandans are not safe in Uganda. Rwandans feel free to run to Uganda as refugees. Even Rwandans who get shot by Rwandan security services, such as one that was shot in November 2019, feel safe to take refuge in Uganda. Regrettably, Rwanda security personnel have continued to kill Ugandans along the common border. The latest incident was less than a month ago, 18th of January 2020, when a Ugandan was shot dead by Rwanda security personnel. These actions do not only deny the individual the right to life, but they negate the very spirit and efforts for closer integration in the sub-region at normalizing bilateral relations. The hope and expectations of my delegation is that this meeting reflects a new spirit and achieve tangible outcomes. We also hope that Uganda's concerns will be understood and appreciated and reciprocal action taken by Rwanda. Let me say that our heads of state continue to talk through envoys and diplomatic channels, and that we have reached a stage where we must put a number of decisions into action. The fourth quadripartite summit on the 21st of February 2020 will be the culmination of the 3 meetings of the ad hoc commission which we have held. I'm glad that our two advanced teams set up to jointly prepare for the summit in Gatuna have worked together well and are in good spirit. The Uganda delegation's hopes the climax of the summit will be the endorsement of tangible outcomes from this meeting. I want to thank you for your kind attention.
Honorable Sam Kahamba Kutesa, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uganda, Honorable Gilbert Kangonde Malamba, Vice-Premier ministre, ministre de l'Intérieur, de la Sécurité et des Affaires coutumières de la République démocratique du Congo, Honorable Manuel Domingos Augusto, Minister of External Relations of the Republic of Angola, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I wish to welcome you again in Kigali for the 3rd meeting of the ad hoc commission for the implementation of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Republic of Rwanda and the Republic of Uganda, which was signed in Luanda, Angola, on 21st August 2019. And I hope that you all had a good travel from your respective capitals, and that our colleagues are taking good care of you on this St. Valentine's Day. This meeting of the ad hoc commission is the 3rd, as I said, but it will, I hope, be shorter and decisive. You all remember that the 2 first meetings held in September and December last year took about 12 hours combined, which we used to extensively explain the issues that are at the heart of this crisis between Uganda and Rwanda. You would recall that the 2nd meeting of the ad hoc commission held in Kampala, Uganda on 13th December 2019 was not conclusive, and that we decided to refer the matter to our heads of state. The 3rd quadripartite summit was then convened in Rwanda on 2nd February 2020, and I take this opportunity to thank His Excellency President João Manuel Gonçalves Lourenço of Angola, and His Excellency President Felix Antoine Tshisekedi Chilombo of the Democratic Republic of Congo for their continued leadership on this matter and a desire to reach a long-lasting solution between the two sister countries of Uganda and Rwanda. An important communique was adopted by heads of state in Rwanda and gave a clear guideline on the way forward. First, heads of state stressed the need to address the three main issues that exist between Rwanda and Uganda, which are, one, the release of the citizens of a country illegally detained in the other, two, the end of any support to armed groups against the neighboring country, and three, the protection and respect of human rights of national citizens of the other country. Second, the four presidents agreed to continue the activities of the ad hoc commission, which is this commission, as a mechanism to monitor the implementation of the Rwanda process. And third, they convened the fourth quadripartite summit to take place in Gatuna at the common border between Rwanda and Uganda on 21st February 2020. Distinguished colleagues, honorable ministers, it is our hope that this third meeting of the ad hoc commission will be solution-oriented to address the specific issues that our heads of state highlighted in the Rwanda communique so that we can report a positive outcome to the upcoming quadripartite summit in Gatuna. In other words, the purpose of this meeting is to take concrete and decisive action to address the identified issues between our two countries based on our numerous exchanges, summits, and meetings held over the past 3 years. Since the last meeting of the ad hoc commission in December 2019, we have witnessed some progress. On 29th December 2019, His Excellency President Paul Kagame received a special message from his Ugandan counterpart, His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, delivered by his special envoy, Ambassador Adonia Ayebade. Following that visit, Uganda released and deported on 7th January 2020, 9 Rwandans who had been detained illegally for over 2 years. Despite the above, it is unfortunate that Uganda's support to armed groups and individuals has continued unabated. I will give you a few examples. First, the leadership of the RNC terrorist organization working under the cover of Self-Worth Initiative NGO of Sula Nwamanya and Prosi Bonabana continue to conduct mobilization activities under the facilitation of the CMI, the Chieftaincy of Military Intelligence, notably Kano Sike Asimwe, Deputy Head of CMI and Director of the Joint Anti-Terror Unit. After the ad hoc commission meeting held on 13th September 2019 in Munyonyo, the outcomes were reported verbatim by Sula Nwamanya and Prosi Bonabana in the social media, an indication of a close collaboration between RNC and the government of Uganda. Two, Charlotte Mukangusi, Commissioner in charge of diplomacy in the RNC terrorist organization, visited against Uganda in January 2020, last month, on RNC mission to meet top officials of the government of Uganda. Three, RNC Uganda province, led by Pastor Deo Nyirigira and Dr. Sam Ruvuma, continued its activities, including recruitment, restructuring, mobilization, fundraising, forming new cells and committees in various parts of Uganda, especially in Kyangwari and Nakivale refugee camps, as well as Mityana. Four, Captain Shimiye, aka Governor, who coordinated the Kinigi terror attack of the night of 3rd, 4th October 2020, is still under the protection of Uganda security organs and is handled by Minister of State Philemon Mateke. He freely frequents Changwari refugee camp, where some of their combatants and dependents are located. Shimiye regularly travels to Kisoro to visit his wife and to meet Minister Mateke for briefings. In the same vein, Nzabonimana Fidel, Kabayiza Seleman, and Mugwaneza Eric, Runana operatives who participated in the Kinigi attack and reported to the Uganda authorities on 12 October 2019, are still protected by Uganda's security organs from facing justice in Rwanda. 5, in continuation of the mobilization of anti-Rwanda armed groups, CMI facilitated on 2nd February 2020, the very day of the Quadripartite Summit in Rwanda, a 2-day meeting between the members of the RNC and the Rud Urunana terrorist organizations, which was held in Mbarara. The meeting was attended by, among others, Captain Shimiye, aka Governor, Colonel Rugema Emmanuel, Colonel Sam, all representing Rud Urunana, while deserter Lieutenant Frank Mushaija, Major Nhare, Captain Frank Mugisha, aka Sunday, Jean-Marie Vianney Turabu Mukiza, and Major Robert Hijiro represented RNC. CMI dispatched vehicles that took Colonel Rugema and his delegation from Kisoro to Mbarara for the meeting. The purpose of this meeting was to forge plans to start a new rude RNC rebellion and intensify mobilization activities. Distinguished colleagues, honorable ministers, as we speak, there are still a number of Rwandan nationals detained in various illegal detention facilities in Uganda. Several note verbals were issued to the government of Uganda with the details particulars of detainees and requesting for consular access. However, all those requests were never honored. At the same time, Rwandan citizens are now dying due to sustained torture by operatives of Uganda's Chieftaincy of Military Intelligence, CMI. A recent sad example is that of one Emmanuel Mageza, 50 years old, who was tortured for more than a year in CMI barracks and recently died in Butabika Mental Hospital and hastily buried in Uganda. His family demands justice and the repatriation of his body for a decent burial. On the other hand, there are currently 9 Ugandan citizens serving sentence for various crimes in Rwanda and who are all accorded consular access and are mentioned in a list we will be happy to provide. In the Rwanda spirit, Rwanda has also terminated the prosecution of 15 Ugandan citizens who were released. Therefore, Rwanda demands that the following action be taken by the Republic of Uganda. First, to disband the Rwanda National Congress, RNC, and the Rud Urunana networks in Uganda, and to arrest and extradite all its members so that they can face justice in Rwanda. 2, to refrain from all actions meant to destabilize the Republic of Rwanda and eliminate all factors that may create such perception. 3, to withdraw Ugandan passport number A00019979 that was issued by the Ugandan government to Charlotte Mukankusi, Commissioner in charge of diplomacy in the RNC terrorist organization, and to prevent her from traveling to Uganda for RNC mission. 4, to hold accountable facilitators of RNC and Rudrunana networks, including Minister of State Philemon Mateke, Brigadier General Abel Kandiho, Brigadier General Fred Karara, Colonel C.K. Asimwe, Major Fred Mushambo, Colonel Kaka Bagenda, and other government officials involved in the same activities. 5, to repatriate the body of Emmanuel Mageza for a decent burial in Rwanda and to provide explanations about the circumstances surrounding his death. We also request for a clarification about 2 other Rwandan citizens, namely Sendaya Theogene and Gwembo Mucho, who were allegedly transferred from CMI to Tabika Hospital and later got missing. 6, to allow Julienne Kairere to be reunited with her child, Joanna Imanirakiza, who was abducted in Uganda after separating Kairere from her 1-month baby when she was arrested on 29th November 2018 in Mubende district. And 7, to unconditionally release all Rwandan citizens illegally detained in Uganda. Honorable Ministers, distinguished colleagues, I wish to stress that summit over summit and meeting over meeting without any solution in sight cannot be an option. And this, unfortunately, was the case for meetings we held over the past 3 years, bilaterally or under this Rwanda process. Yet the solution is in our hands, provided that we are truly committed to end this crisis with political will and good faith. To conclude, Honorable Ministers, distinguished colleagues, I wish to emphasize once again our responsibility as leaders in our respective countries. I also emphasize the importance of building trust among ourselves and the need to find a solution to the different challenges we are facing. We have been following comments by wananchi from both countries who are increasingly expressing fatigue over this self-inflicted injury in the East African community. They are just demanding security on the common border, the end of destabilizing activities by armed and terrorist groups, and the free movement of people, goods, and services in peace and security. Therefore, we cannot afford wasting any more time. We need to act decisively, responsibly, in good faith, and end this crisis. I thank you.